Everybody. So
Hello.
today we are having our group nutrition call. We typically do this every month. Thanks to Lefki, who's always present and able to help us, even though she typically is not working on a Saturday, but she does that extra effort to join us every month on a Saturday because we all know that most people would not be working. So thank you once again, Lefki, for understanding us as well. I thank everyone for muting their microphone for now because what we'll be doing will be this. So basically, Lefki would give us a short introduction, maybe on a topic or two that you would like to discuss based on the questions that you ask her frequently, or maybe a hot topic. We've discussed all kinds of topics over the past few months, and I'm sure that she has more knowledge to share with us to get started with. Then, of course, we will have time for the all important questions that you personally have. Okay, so what we'll be doing will be this. Everyone for now will be muted, and then we will be guiding you accordingly on how and when to unmute your screen to get started. Over to you, Lefki. This video is also being recorded for those members who would not be able to join us. So it will also be on our private groups. It will not be public. It will be on our private groups for the others to learn something exclusively from us as well. Over to you, Lefki. I will mute myself now.
Okay, so usually we start by discussing why everyone should eat enough during the day and why you should stick to the portions that are suggested to you. First of all, you may be tempted by cutting down your daily calories even more than we have already cut down for you. But let me tell you that this will not help you lose weight and fat eventually. When we eat less than we need, way less than we need, then our metabolism turns slower. And when we have a slow metabolism, we will struggle to burn the calories and fat that we want. So, eating frequently and eating enough, basically, is what will keep your metabolism high and help you burn fat faster and easier. So it may be tempting to have even smaller meals, or if you do not feel very hungry at that at a specific day, make sure that at the end of the day you eat everything that is in your plan, all the protein and the carbs and all the vegetables and fruits you need in order to keep your metabolism high. Is it clear? Does anyone have any questions on that, please, before I continue?
So
No? Every,
So
Everything
whoever,
clear?
excuse me, Lefki. So whoever would like to ask a question, just unmute yourself by doing the same thing. Just touch your screen and click on the microphone and feel free to speak up. Thank you so much.
Okay, so the second topic that I think most of you will like to discuss is why sometimes you do not see the difference you need or the difference that you were hoping for on your scale and your weight. So, first of all, when we are dieting and exercising at the same time, sometimes we will gain muscle tone and burn some fat, but at the end of the day, it will show the same number on the scale. So before you get stressed and start panicking about your weight, I suggest you do a body fat measurement and you count the centimeters of your bust, your waist, and your chest. Because this is what will make the difference in the mirror and with your clothes. So first of all, note that fat takes time to get completely burned, let's say burned. So if you do not see a very significant change in the number on your scale, this does not mean lack of progress. Most probably you are still progressing, but in a different way. Also, the more weight you have, the faster you will lose the first kilos. But when your weight is low, then the differences you will see most probably is losing fat and gaining muscles. But this doesn't mean that you will see a big difference on the number on your scale. So do not stress, and of course, do not hesitate to contact me if something like that occurs. But make sure that first of all you count your body fat and the centimeters that we mentioned. Okay? Is it clear to everyone? Any questions, please? No? Okay. So these are the two topics that I usually open with. And then you can ask me anything you need or anything you want.
If I noticed well, Margaret, you would like to ask the question, in fact, right? Brilliant. Just try to unmute yourself by touching the screen first and pressing on that microphone icon again.
Okay. So
there we are.
I am weighing myself every day, and I'm noticing that the body fat doesn't change. Does it change a lot from day to day? Is it reliable? My balance?
Well, the body fat will not reduce from one day to another. Keep in mind that in order to burn 1 kilo of fat, we will need at least 1 week. So
how does it change? Because it is changing.
Your body weight is changing, right? Or your body fat? I'm sorry, I didn't
the
catch
fat
that.
percentage. The fat percentage is changing. That's why I'm wondering whether my balance is reliable. Is not reliable.
Well, it is not very reliable to measure your weight and your body fat every day. This is for sure, because from one day to another, you may be more dehydrated or more hydrated and see big differences that actually are not true differences. The best thing is to count your weight 2 or 3 times per week. I would say 2 times per week.
Okay.
And so in the same time of the day or as close as it can be. So do not measure your weight, let's say, today in the morning and after 2 days at night, because you may see differences that are not true.
No, at the same time, every day.
Okay. Okay, so it's best to measure your body fat and your body weight. Your body fat not very often, maybe every 2 weeks, and your body weight 2 or 3 times per week. But there is no need to measure it every day because you will get confused and you will lose track.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, so Lefki, not sure if you can still hear me?
Yes, I do.
That's brilliant. So something I wanted to add to Margaret's question, this is related to what Nick and Gillian would like to ask us as well, apparently. So basically, ideally, studies show that the body fat is not measured by using the same scales that you use for your own body weight. Reason being that most probably that would be a little bit less accurate than if we calculate it with a handheld device such as we use over here. So over here we use this little handheld device. We typically use it just at the beginning and maybe a couple of months later, reason being that, as Lefki is saying, the body fat should not go down abruptly. Actually, most people, studies show, should be losing around 1% of body fat each month. So we should not expect our body fat levels to go down sharply, okay? So if we lose 1% a month, that means that we have lost a gram of pure fat for every 100 grams of pure fat that we have, which is a very good thing to do because, of course, a percentage is a percentage and losing 1% is significant, especially when this happens month after month. What is even more encouraging, as Lefki is saying, are the measurements though. That is why even our monthly fitness assessments, we normally opt for the measurements rather than the body fat reader, because the measurements can give us a specific detail about from where the water and the fat is being lost, so that we know which areas we need maybe to work upon more. Maybe it can also help Lefki to dictate even some nutritional changes for you and that stuff. So mainly, yeah, it remains the measurements. But the second best way to do things is to measure our body fat through a handheld device instead of using those scales that also tell you that they offer the body fat percentage result. Make sense?
Yes. It's me, Gillian. I'm using this screen with my son.
Hi,
George.
Gillian, it's okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you
Hi.
turn on your camera so that we can see you, Gillian?
No, it's okay because we're in our pajamas.
No worries, no worries.
I wanted to ask you, please. I've been a week and I feel really much stronger. I feel good. But as you were mentioning, my weighing scale remained the same. If not, I went up someday. Someday I went up, someday I went back to the original weight. But now, as I'm seeing, I shouldn't be concerned because there's the muscle which is replacing, right? If I understood correctly.
Yeah, so I will
The muscle
just
is replacing.
I will just mention just a few points and Lefty can elaborate much better. So rather than just building the muscle, because even the muscle needs time to get built, Gillian, to be honest, so it won't just show up in our body after a week. But there are also a lot of biological changes at the moment, like for example, because your body is not used to this type of training, it tends to hold on more water. Also, soreness would also cause the fact that you hold on, you retain more water. And these sort of physiological changes that your body still needs to adapt to. As soon as you are done with these adaptations, you will start noticing other changes, especially first and foremost through your measurements and by time through what you see in the mirror, and then through body weight loss. But I will leave it to Lefke. I will just mute myself.
So yes, as Mateus mentioned, to build muscle tone, it will take some time. It will not just happen in 3 or 4 days. But the fact is that in the very beginning of a diet plan, especially when your body is not used to that, some changes will start happening and your body will start holding more water, or your metabolism will be very fast and then may go slow for the first week. So the first week is a period that your body is trying to get used to these changes, and you may see big weight loss or no weight loss at all. But this doesn't mean that it will continue like that. Give your body time to embody these changes, and do not stress too much about it. The first 1 or 2 weeks are something very new to your body, and it's totally normal to react like that.
Thank you.
Okay? Is it more clear now?
Yes, thank you. Another thing, just one thing about the detox. I saw on Facebook about the detox. It really sounds interesting. I always wanted to try something like that, to give us more, invigorating and cleansing things to do, like to help us detox, practically.
So yes, detox is very, very often found these days. But let me tell you that through a balanced nutrition, your body will get detoxed in the right way and on its own. You do not need to add any magical filters and any detox teas or eat only fruits for some days, which is a very common detox tactic. Because when you follow a balanced nutrition with lean protein, with good carbs, with legumes and fruits and vegetables and everything that you need, your body will do the detox on its own.
Yeah.
So a balanced nutrition does not only help you lose weight and build muscle tone, but it also detoxes you from everything that needs to be removed. Yes.
So, just to add to what Lefke is saying, Gillian, basically that detox 2 to 7 days or 2 to 5 days that is mentioned in the Little Black Dress project, it's basically as a kickstart. So, most people psychologically would find the fact that you are literally eating very natural and very raw food for the first couple of days would help them to switch from the sort of less healthy food that they were eating before. But as clearly mentioned in that plan, it is just for the first 2 to 5 days. That is why even the grocery list would supply you just for the first few days, because as Lefke is saying really well, Basically, the body, if you nourish it with the right amount of carbs, fat, and protein, that is already a detoxifying effect, and it will help you to grow lean muscle and stuff. So if we keep that detoxification diet going for long, actually results may be very adverse. They actually might be very bad. Like, for example, you might feel weak, you might experience a lot of fatigue, you want to sleep all the time, your workouts feel crap. Actually, you feel crap during the workout, other than just the workouts feeling crap themselves. And so it's not a long-term thing. It's just something to get you going on a quicker start on your journey. That's basically it.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Thank you.
Anyone else has any more questions so far? Please just unmute yourself and speak up. Don't be shy. We're all here to learn. There's yes.
It's about the measuring tape. We never mentioned measuring tape. You know, it's weight and fat measurement. What about measuring tape?
Brilliant.
Measuring the weight.
Measuring your own measurement.
Measuring waist. Should we be measuring our waist, or should we be seeing differences, or
Brilliant.
at this stage?
Brilliant. So basically, Gillian, what we do is every month we have a monthly assessment that we do. We've had one on the 5th of November. We'll be having another one on the 15th of November. That is where basically, ironically here, I happen to have the sheet where we would be measuring the height, the weight, the waist, the right thigh, and then it's the chest for the men and the hips for the females. And we would be comparing that month after month, and we would also be testing you on your upper body strength, on your lower body strength, and even on your cardiovascular fitness. So we'll be using push-ups, squats, and even the step test to test you out and to compare your progress, your own personal progress, month after month. Because this is not a competition against anyone else. This will be just a self-assessment to assess your own progress month after month. So very good question. Apart from that, some of our members, Gillian, find it very helpful to even check out their own measurements week after week. Of course, there is always margin of error, reason being that maybe when the coach measures you, she or he might use a tighter or a looser grip, or whatever I might call it, because the word is not there for me at the moment. So yeah, results might differ, but then again, if you measure your own measurements, make sure that you're always keeping note of what you measure and what the coaches measure, so that there is consistency. So for example, you are like, listen, today I have measured my waist. It is 30 inches, for example. And next week, one of the coaches measures it and it's 31. Before you panic, just check it out yourself a week later, because you will be using the same tightness when you are applying the measuring tape, so that you can have a perspective, because you are comparing and contrasting your own way of measurement, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's Maureen, I think, before me, but I have another question later. But Maureen is trying to see if she can ask a question.
Oh, for sure. So I cannot see Maureen. Okay, now I see the text. Maureen, can you unmute yourself, please? Mela. Yep. No, we cannot hear you, Maureen. If you would like to write down the question, Lefke would be more than happy to answer.
Down, I will answer you verbally.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I might need to ask another question. You know how it is. It's really fun to be working as a group, as a team. Would you ever consider in future we go trekking together, we go for a walk in the countryside? just to have it as a team, and for example, we have a particular day, even once a month, where we go in the countryside and we all walk and jog and run and sprint.
Definitely,
Outside
that is something that we really need to add more. So basically, we are adding events by time. Like for example, we have run this now for the last 4 months. 2 weeks ago, or was it 3 weeks ago, we had the grid. So a big number of our members, some of whom are even here, Maureen is here as well, have participated in the grid, for which we trained every single week. It was not a matter of the fittest members came, everyone came, so it was really good, and we look forward to having more such things as well. Maureen, I know, is very fond of running especially, and she's always inviting us to this event and that event. But yeah, so later on this month we'll have a bowling event, Gillian, and I'm also working on having like a Christmas party, which will hopefully have a healthy team. But I'm still working on that. So yeah, we'll have these outside of workout events, like.
Apart from coming to the gym, there is always that you need to lose weight. In order to lose weight, you need to eat less than you're using. Sort of like the balance has to be on a minus. Yeah. Isn't it that like that, Lefke? Maybe that we should be eating less than we're using in a day in order to see differences, right?
Yes, actually, this is what a diet is based on. A diet plan that is for fat loss and weight loss is based on the fact that you are eating less energy than you spend during the day. So we nutritionists count energy in kilocal or calories, as it's most known as calories. But actually, calories is a form of energy. It is a way to count energy. So if you're spending, let's say, 2,000 calories per day, and this is your need, then we will provide you with a diet plan that gives you less calories than you need. I'm sorry. So in order for your body to find this energy that it lacks, it will start burning the fat that you have stored in your body. And this is how you will eventually lose weight. By reducing the energy that you get and using the energy that your body has already stored as fat. Is it clear? Does it make sense?
Does massage also help to break down fat, sort of like massaging the fatty areas? Does it really help, or is it all sort of like just a promotional thing? That you massage the fatty areas?
Well, it will help the blood flow in these areas and then use more energy in these areas. But as a matter of fact, what will actually help you burn fat is exercising and eating less. Let me tell you that when I cannot find the words, when we get sweat, the way that the fat leaves our body is by sweat and by breath. So when we are sweating and breathing faster, this is a way to burn fat better than massaging and using creams and everything. So when you sweat and breathe faster, this is when you burn fat, and this is how fat leaves your body.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Is there any more questions I can help you with?
So basically, I am replying to Maureen by tagging you, Maureen, in the post related to Little Black Dress project, just for everyone's information. And I will also be posting an attachment here. So there is a post, which is the most popular post that we have so far on the groups. On the members only group, actually, because it's not related to the 6 week challenge for now. The 6 week challenge, and they have their own focus and goals to reach. All of us as members would be having this Little Black Dress project to focus on over the upcoming weeks as well. So there is this post which will give you the link to the checklist That same checklist, once you open it, would literally open the door for all the other links that you need. And it is broken down to week by week. So there are the recipes for week 1 when it comes to the detox and the grocery list, what to do and what not to do, and all that stuff. If you still have any difficulties, Maureen, simply let us know. Meanwhile, I will be tagging you in that same post for you to find it even easier, even quicker. Right. Does anyone else have any other questions so far? Do you have any notes with which you can conclude the call for today by any chance, Lefki?
Well, the issues that I wanted to discuss is basically these two that I started with. But if there are any questions on that, because we didn't have the chance to discuss over the things that I thought in the beginning, if there's any questions on that, or on anything else that I said, if it wasn't clear or if you want more details, please let me know.
Not sure if it is my connection or your connection, Lefki, but I lost you for most of what you just said. Can you please repeat by any chance?
Yes, I will repeat. I said that the topics that I usually want to discuss with you is the ones that I started with.
I will just
Then we passed away to
interrupt you again because it still sounds robotic, no problem. If you can write down what you are saying, it would be excellent. No worries at all. Thank God this only happened in the last 1 minute, so no worries at all. Other than that, I want to remind everyone, not just those who are here during the call, but I would also like to remind that apart from contacting Lefki via text, for personal reasons, of course, you can also contact her privately on Facebook Messenger. However, make sure that you inform her on the group that you are contacting her privately. Why? Reason being is that if you send her a message and till then you are not friends on Facebook, your messages would be filtered out. So they would end up in her spam junk folder on Facebook and she will never get to see them. Other than that, you can also schedule a voice or a video call as we're doing today with Lefke herself. And this is of course by appointment, so you schedule a time with her. This is also included in your own program, so why not make best use of the support that you can get to reach your own specific goals. Anyone else has any last minute questions before we conclude today?
I'm saying I'm sorry.
I still cannot hear you well, Lefke, sorry. Let me just see. Alright.
Now can you hear me?
Brilliant. Alright, so I just saw your message, Lefki. We thank you as well again for your time and your dedication and your knowledge. You are a true asset. Apart from the exercise coaches, you as a nutrition coach are a true asset to help us get to our goals.
You're very welcome. And as Mateo said, I hope that you can hear now. Do not hesitate to contact me. If for some reason I do not respond within the first 24 hours, then you can send me an email because it happens to be some messages. So if you do not get my response, I will contact my person you can get back to me, or you can send me an email and I will respond to that.
Brilliant. So, just to round up what Lefki is saying, she is also telling you that another option is to contact her via email. And the email is Coach Lefki Katsiamani. So it's coach, then her name and her surname @gmail.com. Coach Lefki
here as well.
Katsiamani, yes please, @gmail.com.
Yes, it's this.
There we are. Thank you so very much. Have a great weekend, everyone. Anything we can help you with, please let us know. And whenever you are talking to your friends and members, please remind them that we have these events, which would help build a lot on the exercises that they do, and especially Lefki can really help us with our nutrition to get faster and safer to our goals. The choice is ours. We can either choose to have her knowledge, or we can choose to ignore her knowledge, and of course results will probably be slower. So the choice is ours. Please urge and remind the other members to make best use of this program. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Happy
Thank
weekend.
you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.